Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Why Peterson, yeet, yeet. What's going on? Welcome, everybody. Jamming the little X-Men right here. Jack Rowe, what up, bro? What's up, you guys? Welcome to another Fight Up TV live chat, boxing MMA Q&A. Hope you guys are all doing good. Art Alexander, what up, G? What is that? Fee Phil 299. I'll get to that right now, but what's up? Welcome to the live chat. Hope you guys have been well since the last week we spoke. How well could we be? We're all locked up in our homes. A lot of interesting stuff has been happening in boxing, so I look forward to answering your guys' questions. I'm good, Yeet. I'm good, man. Just got back from a run over here where I live. Damn, dude, my hair's getting long. Fuck, I need a haircut. Can be a foreman. I'll get to that right now. I just want to let you guys know we got a lot of cool stuff that uploaded to the channel today. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. I had a chance to speak to Jojo Diaz over the weekend. Talks about that nasty cut that he had on his eyebrow. He said it was the worst fucking cut he's ever seen in his life. He says that he doesn't want to fight Tevin Farmer again because he feels he beat him pretty convincingly. And he speaks about how he's been during this time being inside, like we all should be. I also uploaded a clip that I found looking back at some old footage, not old footage, but footage I took of Manny Pacquiao in his camp with Keith Thurman, throwing a spinning back fist. So make sure to check that out. And some unreleased footage that we had and we were holding on to Floyd Mayweather sparring and preparing for Conor McGregor. Yeah, we didn't release it because we didn't want to release it during the fight because we didn't want to ruffle any feathers. And then we kind of forgot we had the sparring footage. We kind of held off on it. And then now with all this, I figured, hey, it's been a while. Might as well release it. So, yeah, that's legit sparring footage of Mayweather. And, yeah, there's not a lot of that sparring footage around. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. So we had a chance to speak to Adam Konaki yesterday. So that interview will be up this week as well as Joel Diaz as well. So we got 2 more interviews coming up. And tomorrow I'm interviewing Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports. So if you guys have any questions for Steven Espinoza, go ahead and put them down right now. I'll jot them down and I'll give you guys a shout out for the question to give you guys credit for it when I interview Steven tomorrow. It's accurate. Mayweather is Mayweathering. Yes, he is. He is Mayweathering. But with that being said, man, as always, as every week, you guys drive how we proceed with this with your questions. But if you're tuning us for the first time, or if you haven't already, go ahead and follow us at Fight Up TV and at Hey, it's Marcos V for me. When this video is over, okay, I'm going to send you guys free swag. So listen very closely. When this video is over, head to the comment section, write a comment with your Instagram handle. I'm going to pick 2 people randomly to go ahead and send one of these Fight Hub shirts. All right, one of these and one of these. All right, so make sure to comment on this video when it's done. Follow us on Instagram. I'm going to be picking someone in the comments section randomly. So after this video, leave a comment. Lucky 2 people going to get Fight Hub shirt. All right. And a Fight Hub shirt. Okay. So make sure you're following us at Hey, it's Marcos V for me. And at Fight Up TV. All right, with that being said, let's get the questions started. Let's see. Should I start from the top or should I start from where we're going to? What the streets created. Boxing is life. Yes, it is, man. It is life. It sucks that we're not getting any fights, but that's why I wanted to talk to Steven. And I'm glad I'm finally getting a chance to talk to him because I want to ask him, dude, like, when are the fights going to come back, man? And there's a ton of other questions that I want to answer, get some answers from him, and just kind of pick his brain on like how this is all going to change boxing going forward. Where is Canelo? Canelo's in San Diego. That's where he's at right now. Well, it appears to be that's where he's at right now. Released a video today, actually, of him in the heavy bag, but yeah, he's in San Diego. God, that's refreshing. Art Alexander 93. Which of these boxing Twitter chicks you getting at in the DMs? None, dude. Which boxing Twitter chicks? Who are you referring to, bro? I want to know these boxing Twitter chicks. Who are you referring to? Which boxing Twitter chicks do you follow, man? Canna, is that how you pronounce your name? Canna by Foreman. Even no public access fights is fine. Just put a camera crew in the room. So this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. And I've been thinking about this a lot, how boxing is going to return. Obviously, there's going to be no fans. So throw that out the window. There's going to be no fans for a long, long time, which sucks. The other thing is you're going to have to limit how many fights you put on. Probably going to be in total like 3 or 4 fights for a fight card as opposed to like 12 usually for a big fight. I doubt people like me, media, when I'm in my media role, will be asked to attend because there's a lot of media people coming from all different places, and that's just like an unwarranted risk. So I doubt, I'd be surprised if media is invited to these events. And I would think it would just be a skeleton crew, maybe 2 camera people, obviously the commission, the refs, the fighters, their corners, the broadcast team, but I think a very limited broadcast team, a very slimmed down broadcast team for like essentials that are 6 feet apart. And then, of course, the judges. But I wouldn't be surprised if the judges are – see, this would be the perfect time to put the judges like in a room with the TV. I've been saying this for a long time. I think the judges should have a monitor in front of them to watch the fights and put them in a room so they're not influenced by any noise or any crowd or anything. But since there's not going to be a crowd, I guess they don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Joel Kiri. Did you watch the fights in Nicaragua? You're like, fool. You're funny, bro. Who do you follow on Twitter? That's what I want to know. Who are the Twitter chicks, dog? You tell me. All right. That boy 26 says, no, state by state will be different for sports attendance. That's a good point, man. Florida might, you know what? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe reduce capacity. Probably. It would be the smart, safest thing to do if a state like Florida does open it up to the public. And back to that question about the fights in Nicaragua. Yeah, I didn't see the full fights. I was going back for, because honestly, I haven't been watching a lot of boxing at all, actually, during this time. I've kind of been detoxing from boxing because I just needed a break, dude. The grind is tough as it is. Working and bringing you guys content and all that, but it was weird because they had everybody separated 6 feet apart. Everybody had masks on. When they were checking in, people were getting disinfectant, getting their temperature checked, which is all legit precautions, to be honest. Precautions that should take in place, but I think that's like a sign of how things are going to run now. It's going to be weird, man. It's going to be weird, guys. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. Because I don't expect them to put on pay-per-view fights anytime soon because a lot of these pay-per-view fighters get a cut of the gate. And they're, that's a big portion of their income when they're getting a cut of the gate. So pay-per-view fights, or at least like the marquee fighters, don't expect them to fight or see them fight anytime soon. I think we're probably going to see a lot of mid-tier fighters fighting in like stay busy fights. But yeah, the main eventers like Wilder, Fury, Spence, Pacquiao, Joshua, all those guys, I don't think we're going to see them anytime soon. Kenna Bill Foreman. Showtime aired a few cards before COVID got crazy. Yeah, they actually had the fight card in the empty arena that they did in like South Dakota or somewhere like that, and then there was a fight card with Adam Konaski in the Barclays Center that was packed, but that was a week before all this got crazy. So there's a light groundwork. Like, there's examples, because there's also a card I heard in South Korea, I think. So it's a lot of touch and go, a lot of seeing like, wait, what works, what doesn't work here. So it's going to be a lot of that, and obviously they're going to have to try it out and see what works. The boy 26, he's a 10-year plus EMT. That Nicaragua fight was one of the stupidest things medically ever seen. That's not how to do it. Why? So I didn't see the full card, so I'm actually very curious about your feedback, dude. So what'd you feel that was like the dumbest thing medically? Like, you ever? What mistakes did they make? What didn't you like about that? Let me know. White Elephant, are you mad the Olympics got canceled? Not really, because they're going to happen next year. I think the Olympians I think they'll wait for another year, because it's just 1 year, and there's no fault of anybody that this happened. So I think a majority of the guys, the kids that were on the USA Boxing Olympic team will choose to wait and not turn pro. I could see some of them turning pro, but you know what? There's no fights, so what's the point of turning pro? You turn pro, and then you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to fight. Your hair. Oh, no, dog. No, bro, but that's funny. That's funny. You're keeping a watch, dog. You're keeping a watch. Marcos, ask Espinoza if they have developed a plan regarding a Showtime DAZN joint pay-per-view event. For what fight? I would suppose that you're talking about a Joshua Fury fight, or which fight are you referring to? Brandonian 3030. Hey Marcos, Broner wants $10 million. Does he get it? Will Eddie make an offer? Hey, you never know, man. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised. Broner brings in a lot of viewers, and with Broner, that he always he'll get headlines, and Broner sells, man. Regardless of what you think of him, I think he's a cool guy. He's hilarious. Broner cracks me up, dude. That motherfucker's funny. I'm just being real. He has a bright future in stand-up comedy if he chooses to do it. But Broner cracks me the fuck up. But $10 million. It has to be the right opponent, obviously. And you look at DAZN's stable. Who would be the right opponent for a Broner, man? To be honest, who does DAZN have that they could make that fight with Broner? Supposing Broner fights at 147 or 140. DAZN doesn't have a lot of welterweights. Broner's already fought Manny. Broner's already fought Mikey, so that throws that out of the question. So, what's a big superstar name that they have at 140 pounds? Honestly, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. He's already fought Vargas. He's already fought 3 DAZN guys. So it'll be tricky. You could ask for that money, but at the end of the day, you're asking for that money, but you got to back it up. Be like, hey, if I match up with this guy, it's going to generate this amount of revenue. Ratings are going to be like this. Ticket sales are going to be like this. Attendance is going to be like this. Then it starts making sense, But I can't think of anybody that DAZN has at 140 or 147 that's a big enough name to quantify that amount. Now, more power to him if he's able to get it. But I honestly don't know who's there for him to fight it with DAZN that will be able to get him that much money. I don't know. Broner, Amir Khan. I don't know if. Actually, that's a good fight. Style-wise, Broner versus Amir Khan. I wouldn't mind seeing Broner versus Amir Khan. I think Actually, I can see that fight being pretty competitive. Actually, I don't know if he'll get 10 million, but yeah, you know what? I would not mind seeing that fight. I'm seeing Josh Taylor. I don't think Josh Taylor is a big enough name for him to get that purse. Now, DAZN said, and I think Joe Markowski has said that they're not going to be overpaying guys anymore. That they were only overpaying people as as the cost of getting into business. That they had to shell a lot of money in order to get into business. DAZN to get started in momentum and everything like that. So we'll see what happens. Joel Curry says Khan got 9 million against Billy Dib. Jeez. That can't be true. 9 million for Billy Dib? That doesn't sound right. Yeah, we'll see though. I would like to see a Khan versus Broner fight. Actually, I think that's a very, very good fight. There you go, Art Alexander. You know what? That could be the $10 million fight, man. Haney versus Broner when Haney moves up. Haney said that he does want to move up. So you know what? That's probably the fight that could get him that purse. I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's a great, great fight. A good test for Devin Haney to see where he's at. Even though he's young, he's been active. Devin Haney's the shit, man. He's phenomenal, phenomenal fighter. And it'll show us too where Broner's at. Even though Broner has said before that that's like a lose-lose for him if he fights a Devin Haney, because, and this is all on video too, when which he said it. He said if he loses, he lost to Devin Haney. If he wins, he beat a guy that was too young. So he does bring up a good point. Gabriel says Chris Colbert. I don't think Chris Colbert has a big enough name yet. C Towns won. Have you heard of the boxer Vinny Paz and thoughts of him? Vinny Panzienza? That Vinny Paz? Yeah, I've hung out with the guy before. I've had a few drinks with them in Vegas at the Hall of Fame. I love Vinny Paz. I thought you were talking about the rapper. The rapper follows me on Instagram, but no. 5-time Vinny Paz, right? That's the one you're talking about, C Towns? Get to me. Let me know. Gonzalo Maldonado, saludos from San Jose. You are the best. Thank you, man. Hope everything's going well over there in San Jose. Let's see. Cannot be a foreman. For real, Broner leaves on a stretcher against Haney. So he doesn't think that Broner wins that fight. It's a good fight, man. I'm telling you. It's going to show us exactly where Broner's at and where Devin Haney's at. Both are tremendous fighters. Devin's been more active. Broner's the bigger guy, more experienced. You can make an argument that Devin's faster, but Broner's super fast. The only thing with Broner is he hasn't been that consistent. So that'd be interesting to see when he's in there against like a young, hungry lion. That's a Floyd Mayweather. Can't even talk right now, man. Jesus, he's a young, hungry lion. That's Floyd's favorite verse there. But I would love to see it. And you know what? That could be the fight that gets him that money. Came on Rokoland. Broner pre-fight. I'm going to let my hand. Oh, no. Sonia Sevilla, what's up, man? How's it going? Lopez versus Broner. Teofimo Lopez. That's who you're referring to, right? Just want to make sure. Gabriel Velasquez asks, what do you think about Danny Garcia versus Virgil Ortiz? So I spoke to Joel Diaz the other day. And the boy, you know what? Let me save this comment from you, bro, because I want to get your feedback on this because it's a very interesting point. Can I highlight it? Okay. So Teofimo Lopez versus Adrien Broner, I think, is a fantastic fight. Too bad one's top rank, one's PBC. Even though Top Rank and PBC are doing business now, Teofimo's at 135. He'd have to move up to 140. Broner's been campaigning on 147, and he said for the right fight, he'll move down to 140 pounds. I don't think Teofimo is a big enough name yet for Broner's liking. For me, he is. I love the fight. I would love to see Teofimo fight Adrien Broner, but I think for them, it's not a big enough fight for him, at least. I think Broner's at a point where he can pick and choose who he wants to fight, and he's only fought like the name guys, Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia, those types of guys. So I think that's where he's at in his career. Okay, the boy 26 asked me a question about because I'm going to interview Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime, tomorrow, about how boxing should go forward from this point on. And one of you asked if I saw the card in Nicaragua that happened, and I saw parts of it, and we started talking about how everybody had masks and people were separated 6 feet apart, and they were checking people's temperature when they were coming in, and everybody's getting hand sanitizer. And the boy 26 made a comment that he's an EMT, and he said it was terrible the way they went about that. So now I'm going to read your response here. The fight in Nicaragua was in a closed arena with ventilation, air conditioning. The mask isn't going to save you in any way. Might as well keep it off in that setting. Well, that being said, you can't have fights then with fans because of that. How are you going to have fights with fans? You can't. Even in places that they're opening up businesses like in Florida and Georgia, there's no way then. If the mask is going to save them, there's no point then in having fans show up for these fights then, which is a bummer, man, to be honest. But I guess that's what it is at this point, which sucks. I miss going to fights. It's terrible, man. It's hard getting content for you guys, man. I've been having to really grind to get these interviews because a lot of guys don't want to do interviews right now because they just want to be left alone and kind of like detox from boxing. And because there's no boxing going on, they'll say like, well, there's no boxing going on. What's the point of doing interviews? So, that's how it is. Gonzalo Maldonado, Garcia versus Garcia, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia. That fight was supposed to happen, actually. I don't know if you remember. They were talking about it last year and even back to when Pacquiao was going to fight Garcia. Sorry, I saw Garcia in the comment section. Pacquiao was going to fight Andre Matias, shotgun a beer for the boys. Man, I'm trying to lose weight, bro. I'm super ADD right now. I'm going to get back to your question about Garcia versus Garcia. But, Andre, dude, I'm trying to lose weight, bro. I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm on shotgun a beer right now. I've been running every day, jump roping just about every other day. I'm finally losing weight. I almost dropped a body fat percentage. I want it so bad, man. I haven't had beer in forever. I've had liquor, but like one drink. I'll make like a mixed drink, but I'm trying to be good and watch what I eat so I could at least come out of this self-quarantine, social distancing thing at least a little bit better. So maybe you know what? If I can get down to 179 next week, we'll check back. All right, next week, if I'm weighing at 179, I'll shotgun a beer. Used to do it all the time in college. Coors Light, Natty Ice, not Miller Lite. I don't like Miller Lite. Bud Light. I got you guys. I'll shotgun a beer for you guys. So all right, let's get back to the questions, yo. Keep it on coming. Yeet. When it's all said and done, who do you think will have the best accolades out of Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez? That's tough to say, man, because you don't know what's going to happen. I can't tell the future. Now, if you compare Ryan, Devin, and Teofimo, you got 2 world champions and then a really hot prospect. And you got to see, like, okay, who's accomplished more so far? Obviously, the most accomplished guy out of all of them is Teofimo Lopez. And he looks to be the guy that's a little bit ahead of, just like this, a little bit ahead of everybody because of where he's at right now and the guys that he's fighting. The guys that he's fighting and has fought, they've been really good opponents, very experienced opponents. Ryan and Devin have been, hoorah, what up, DJ 2020? What up, dog? Ryan and Devin obviously are moving up with their competition little by little, and rightfully so. That's how you build a star. You make them fight the right fights to build their profile so they can murk people and make them look nice. You add to the highlight reel. You throw them a guy that's tall. You throw them a guy that's very defensive. You throw them a guy that's tall and defensive. You throw them a guy that's a pressure fighter. Now you throw them a guy that's a little bit quick or used to be quick, and little by little you start building their experience. So for the managers of these guys, obviously there's a plan of how you want to take them. You You can't just throw them into these big fights right away, especially them being that young. You don't want to push them too quick, too early, like they did with Fernando Vargas or Victor Ortiz. You don't want to get them to a point where you cash out on them early. You want to guide them the right way so that they get to those fights at the right time to maximize the amount of money that they're getting. Which means at times, yes, we won't get the fights that we want right away. But if you're those guys as managers, obviously your main concern is them, their health, and how much money you can make them. Because at the end of the day, none of us are paying their bills. None of us are paying their medical insurance when they retire. So they're entitled to keep and earn as much as money as they possibly can. You just got to guide them the right way. So we will get those fights. How about you interviewed retired fighters? They got all the time in the world. Well, luckily I have an interview, 92 AKU, scheduled tomorrow. But yeah, I've been thinking about that too. Let's see who. I'm thinking about Shane Mosley, maybe reaching out to him, or who else? Robert, reaching out to him to do an interview and everything like that. And we got a lot of stuff coming this week. Like I told you, more Jojo Diaz, Joel Diaz, Adam Konaski, and Steven Espinoza are coming to you guys this week. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and grab more people to go ahead and talk to. Rafael Orozco, Marcos Maidana. That'd be dope if I'd be able to get Marcos Maidana. Thing is, I don't know how to get a hold of him other than on Instagram Live, to be honest. Okay, Rafael Orozco asks, what's your favorite type of fighting style when you like to watch as a fan? I've asked already to interview Oscar, and Golden Boy told me he's not available right now. So, it's a bummer, but there's only so much you can do. Back to Rafael. Favorite type of fighting style that you like to watch as a fan? Honestly, dude, I like watching these guys do stuff in the ring that's like hard to do. And what I mean by that, because I've trained in boxing. I've been training in boxing for a long, long time now. And I see the little things that these guys do, the little pivots, the little slips, the foot movement, the changing of the angles, the level changes. So when I see a guy like Lomachenko, a guy like Floyd, I like watching that. I like watching them, even though a lot of people say that Floyd was boring. I used to love watching Floyd fight because there's those little things that he would do, the little shifts, half an inch here, half an inch there, a little slide here, a little slide there, I just sit there and be like, oh my God, how the hell did this guy just do that? And I just sit there and be like, holy shit, that's so hard to do. And it's like him doing this in a real life training, a real life fighting situation. So a guy like Juan Manuel Marquez, I would love to watch. Because the art of counterpunching is so difficult, dude. To be able to get a guy's rhythm, get a guy's timing, to be able to throw a punch, 1-2, and you throw it right in between the 1-2. That's so hard to do when you're actually trying to do it in a sparring session. And for these guys to do it so effortlessly, that's the type of stuff that I'd like to see, me personally. Like, of course, everybody likes to see like the blood and guts, the pressure fighting and all that. Yeah, that's great too. But me, I'm kind of like a fight nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff. I like seeing the little small intricate stuff because like I appreciate it. I know how difficult it is. And sometimes when I just sit there in awe or just like in wonderment when I see some of these guys do the stuff that they do because I know how difficult it is to pull it off. Craigie Boy 1888, DJ 2020, do more unboxing videos. Dude, I'm super ADD right now. I want to bring the unboxing back, man, but the thing is, I'm going to get to your question, Craigie Boy. The thing with the unboxing, so they ended up doing really well. I got a good amount of traffic for the unboxing videos. Thing is, there's only so many gloves. I don't know. There's only so many boxing gloves I could unbox, so many shoes I could unbox. I thought you guys would get bored. If you guys want me to keep doing the unboxings, I'll start them up again. I'll do them again. But I thought you guys were going to get bored. Oh, here's another glove. Oh, here's another shoe. You know, it's like, how many shoes can I unbox? How many boxing gloves can I unbox? You know, how many odd training things could I find? You know, and then also the other thing, shit's expensive, man. Like some of the stuff we would get sent to us, you know, for free. And I thank those guys that sent the stuff for us for free. But a lot of the other stuff, I had to pay for. So, you know, a lot of times I'm paying like $200-$300 for some of these things. And I'm just like, damn, this is starting to add up, you know? So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, bringing it back. I would like to do it with the video game stuff because it's funny. The unboxing of the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite got like close to 300,000 views. So we'll see what happens. Brandonian 3030, fuck that. Marcos, don't pay. Dude, it's tough because some of these guys don't want to send stuff. I think now with the fan base that we have, they're more inclined to send stuff, but we'll see. No, I did. Oh, crap. I just saw like a freaking cricket in here. God, son of a bitch. I'll get that later. I'm going to get that guy. But yeah, so Craigie Boy 1888. Who's your favorite boxer right now? Naoya Inoue is my favorite current fighter to watch. Dude's badass. He murks people. He knocks people the F out. He's exciting. He's young. He's like our little hidden secret because not a lot of casual boxing fans know about Naoya. Dude, this guy is a monster, man. He is like what Golovkin was. He's like what Manny was when he's just murking people, going up to the weight classes and just laying waste to mofos. I love Inoue. Inoue is dope. If you don't know who Inoue is, look him up after this live chat. Naoya Inoue. This dude is phenomenal, monster freaking puncher. For the weight class that he's at, he's just murking fools with one punch. Though his fight with Nonito Donaire was phenomenal, was great. But here's the thing, man. When you get to the elite, when you have elite versus elite, you got to think over the whole pantheon of boxing, when you've had the elite fighters square off against each other, 90% of the time, they don't knock each other out. You don't get a knockout 90% of the time. Why? Because they're elite. They're there for a reason. They're there because they're that damn good. And when you get to that level, because they're that damn good, you can't knock them all out. And then when a guy does knock someone out of that elite level, that shows you how freaking good they are. And Inoue is that guy. Props to Nonito Donaire, though. That was a valiant effort, and I can't wait to see Nonito go ahead and fight again. All right, keep the questions coming in. I just want to remind you guys, I'm giving away 2 shirts. All right, so after this is done, go ahead and comment and leave your social media handle, your Instagram handle, and then follow us, of course, as well, at Fight Up TV, at Hey, it's Marcos V. I'm giving out a Fight Up shirt. I'm picking somebody at random, giving out a Fight Up shirt, giving out this Fight Up shirt as well at random. So after we're done, leave a comment, leave your social media handle, and follow us at Fight Up TV, at Hey, it's Marcos V on Twitter and Instagram. I'm going to pick someone randomly, and you're going to get one of those 2 shirts. I'm going to pick 2 people, so don't forget. All right? Let's see here. Thank you, Creed. I appreciate it. You know, all this free time, I'm going to try to come out with some new shirts and get those going again. All right. C. Towns, Carol Baskin, do it. I haven't seen Tiger King, bro. I have not seen it yet. I'm barely catching up. I barely caught up to Narcos. That was fantastic. I finished it. I barely caught up to Stranger Things. That was great, even though I don't get the whole how dude ends up in Russia. I don't get that after everything that happened. I'm trying to catch up on Castlevania right now. I'm a big fan of that. So I'll eventually get to Tiger King. And then when I do another live chat, ask me that question, and I will go ahead and answer it. Kevin Soto, thank you, bro. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Mohammed Salah. What's up, Mohammed? What up, Mo? You related to the other Mo that plays professional soccer? Can we get Andrade versus Charlo? We don't need Eubank. So here are my thoughts on that. I like either or, to be honest. Charlo versus Andrade. Because Andrade's defensive style, let me be clear, I want to see that fight. I think Andrade deserves a fight like this, and he's been doing his job by beating people. But because he's so defensive at times, that fight could be a little less fan-pleasing to the eye than a Eubank versus Charlo fight. Because, Eubank comes forward, he brings it, he throws punches, he likes to mix it up. Charlo comes forward, he brings it, he throws punches, he likes to mix it up. Charlo versus Eubank has the potential to be like a fight of the year type of fight, or at least produce some rounds of the years where they're just going at it, just throwing punches, going back and forth. Andrade versus Charlo would be interesting, man. It could end up being a very slow-paced fight where Charlo is methodical. He's the one that's going forward, aggressive, trying to bring the fight, and it's Andrade being a little bit elusive in there. I would like to see both fights, but I think a Charlo versus Eubank fight is a little bit more pleasing to the casual fan's eye. And I'll say it again, I want to see both. Andrade certainly deserves it. I think it's unfair that he's not able to get any fights. It's tough. I've interviewed Eddie many, many times, and he tells me that people just don't want to fight him. It's just too much of a risk, not enough reward there in a fight with him. So, it's tough. But I think in Andrade's position, the only thing you can do, dude, is just keep winning. Because at some point, if you keep winning, you're going to get the fight. You're going to get the big fight that you want. Hopefully, you get it when it's supposed to, or you get it where you still have a lot of your prime still left in you. Not like a Sergio Martinez situation where, like, when he finally got his big fight, he was already a shell of himself, as we saw in his fight with Miguel Cotto, where he didn't have his knees, his legs underneath him, and it was just a really bad showing. And you know what? It just sucks, man, because the last impression that people got of Sergio Martinez was that, how he went out. So, we'll see that. Do the Right Thing is referencing the interview that I did with Angel Garcia. That was I asked him the question, and that's what he told me, which is funny. Hey, Do the Right Thing. Thank you for supporting, bro. It's funny. I get asked all the time about that interview. I need another interview like that. My interview with Charlo was pretty good when he's like, hey, you think this is funny? And I've had a lot of other funny interviews, but the Angel Garcia one seems to be the one that everybody, majority of the time, brings up. Dude, I played craps with Broner on camera. I played craps with Rampage Jackson on camera, but it's always the Angel Garcia interview. So let's see here. I'm going to go and put answer more of your guys' questions. Johnny Boy, what's up? You happy? Said your name, bro. Here you go. I want to fight a t-shirt with you and Angel facing. Would you buy a shirt that's me and Angel? That'd be hilarious. If I made a shirt, a little cartoon shirt with him doing this, like I had it in the thumbnail. Dude, you know what? I'm going to write that down. That is a hilarious and good idea. Thank you for that. Do the Right Thing. I you know what? I'm going to make a shirt. I'm going to give it to him, and I'm going to present it to him. I've been wanting to make I've been wanting to make a video with Angel where me and him are just seated down and we both rewatch the interview and we just laugh about it and we talk about it. I think it'd be hilarious, and you guys would get a kick out of that. So hopefully, I got my fingers crossed. That's on my to-do list. That we would be able to make that happen and go ahead and do that. Don't go bowling with AB. Why not? 19. Oh, wow. I like AB, bro. I like AB. Rob C. I want to fight a hoodie. We don't have any hoodies, man. I'm going to try to get some new shirts made, new design, and we'll go from there. Yo, what up, Ryan? What's going on, buddy? Welcome to our live chat, bro. feel free to go ahead and ask some questions. Like I said, all you guys are on here really drive where we discuss everything that we're discussing. Let's talk about Danny. Let's talk about the champ of the world. Yep, that's from that interview. HVAC mechanic wow. Eubank Jr.'s garbage. Ooh, not a Eubank Jr. fan. Oh, kind of harsh there. So what is Billy Joe versus Charlo when Eubank lost? Groves terrible. Yeah, that's not very grammatically correct there, but I think what he's trying to say is he doesn't think Eubank Jr. is very good, and that he also doesn't think that Billy Joe versus Charlo. He wants to see Billy Joe versus Charlo because Eubank lost to George Groves. Okay, I get what he's saying now. Billy Joe versus Charlo. First off, Billy Joe would have to go to 160 to cut to 160. Second, it's a very tough style matchup for Charlo because Billy Joe's very defensive. The thing is, though, given, it's very hard to tell because you're only good as your last fight. So what's Billy Joe Saunders' last fight? His last fight was the fight that he had in L.A. At the KSI Logan Paul fight. And, yeah, he got the knockout, but he didn't look as great as he did against Lemieux and these other fighters. So it's very hard to tell. I think the case with Billy Joe Saunders is he gets up for the big fights and he fights down to his competition based on motivation and desire. That's with a lot of things, man. If something doesn't get you up, you're not going to put in the effort. And that's a lot of things. There's at times where like, there's events that I'm like, yeah, and then there's events that I'm like really, really pumped for, and those events that I'm pumped for, I get like this extra energy boost to cover them and to bring you guys coverage and do videos. And then with the so-so events, I'm kind of like, I don't have to, upload that or, so-and-so's over there. That's all right. I don't have to do that. So, it happens to even me in my field. So I could see that on Saunders' part. The key for that fight, it could be very similar to a Irislan de Lara versus Canelo fight where it's Charlo going forward, attacking, throwing a lot of punches, but missing a lot. And then Saunders, landing with jabs to the stomach, landing hard jabs, but not landing too much. So it's going to be that dichotomy of, well, who's doing the better work? Who's more active? Who's the one that's trying to win the rounds? Who's the one that was the ring general? Who was the matador in there? Who was the bull? So it'd be interesting for sure. Who would be favored in that fight? I think Charlo would because he's been a little bit more active and he's looked a little bit better in the fights that he's been active. But the smart money would probably be on Saunders because I think style-wise, the advantage is on Saunders because that's such a tricky and difficult style to win on a lot of different facets, especially with the judges. But if history shows us when a defensive fighter fights a very aggressive fighter, it's always a split decision. And it seems the judges do historically favor the guy that comes forward. So if it does go 12 rounds, you could potentially see then that the fight would go Charlo's favor. But I like to see it. William Scott feels that Billy beats Charlo. Like I said, a lot of people would think that Billy would be the underdog, and it'd be very, very good odds because Billy Joe Saunders could end up beating Charlo in a Charlo fight. There's a lot of fights to be made, man. I just hope that they get made and that they get done. But given what's happening right now, I don't think we're going to see a lot of marquee guys fighting because those marquee guys make money off the gate. They make money off ticket sales. They demand a lot of money. And if these promoters can't pack fans in the arenas, they're not making as much money. And if they're not making as much money, they can't pay their fighters the purses that were paying before. So I don't think we're going to see these big fights. We might see the marquee guys, maybe. I doubt it. But we might see them in like stay busy fights or 10-round fights or, smaller type fights. Mike, what up, bro? Yes, I live in the OC. Hope you're doing well. Brandonian 3030. How is Dana doing it? He's buying a freaking island. That's how he's doing it. He's doing it with the billions of dollars that he has. And he's also going to be putting fights, I think, in Florida. I'm not sure if he's going to have fans in the fights. I think it'd be a bad idea, but, you know, Dana does shit that he wants. He does shit. That's a good thing when you're your own boss. You can do whatever the hell you want, you know, and Dana certainly has been doing that. Art Alexander, just put it on pay-per-view for $20. These guys would never do that because they're having to pay the fighters so much money that they have to charge that. And the other thing is, too, not a lot of people know this, is that I did not know what the heck I did that. Josh Alfonso wants more unboxing videos. Okay, hey, that's 2 people already. If you guys want me to do the unboxing videos, I'll start them back up again. No problem doing it. That shit was fun. All right, what was? So the $20 pay-per-view. Okay, not a lot of people know this. Is when a promoter puts on a pay-per-view, say they charge $80. Okay, half of the money goes to the cable operators. Goes to DirecTV, AT&T, Dish Network. Half of those $80 already goes to the cable operators. So that's half of what you're charging. You go. The other half gets split up everywhere, with the majority of going to the fighter, and then it goes to the broadcasters and the promoters. It gets all trickled down. So it's not a big. If they're charging $20, I just don't, with the amount that they're paying these fighters, I just don't see how they could do that unless the fighters take a pay cut. And this is just life. Nobody wants to take a damn pay cut. When you're making it at a certain level and it's proposed to you, hey, do the same amount of work, but, you know, do it for a little bit less, please. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be like, nah, dog. Can't do that. John Too Fine, what up, bro? I don't know what that green bar means, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. A-OK, USA. The Boxing Roundup. What's up, man? Thoughts on Bob Arum's new beard? It's kind of like mine, you know? Hey, he's in quarantine, bro. He's just chilling, smoking a lot of weed, living life. Actually, that's what – if I smoke, I don't smoke. But if I did, that's what I would be doing all this time. All I've been doing is running, even though I'm not losing weight, which sucks, or I'm losing weight but very slowly. Playing video games. I just finished Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I've started Assassin's Creed Origins finally. I've knocked out like all the Assassin's Creeds in a year and a half period. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm watching some Netflix. Can be a foreman. Forget pay-per-view models. Straight up to TV is the way. Yeah, they're probably going to be having to do that too, man. That's probably going to be the way to go. But here's another thing you guys don't know that I found out a few months back, now kind of being on the TV side occasionally, is that there's budgets for TV. And some of these fighters, they make more than what's budgeted for the TV. So say, for instance, like a Broner, okay? Say, you know, if he were to fight again on Showtime or on Fox, they come up with a budget of, say, you know, $1 million. They're like, hey, Adrian, you know, this is our budget. It's $1 million to fight. And Broner's like, dude, I don't fight for $1 million. I fight for $2.5 million and up. Well, the only way for the TV providers to provide that kind of money is to put the fight on pay-per-view. That's why a lot of time, a lot of these fighters end up fighting on pay-per-view as opposed to having fights on Fox, is because the purse that they want or they demand, the networks can't pay due to their budgets, so they choose to move it to pay-per-view. Rob C. only played Assassin's Creed 2. You didn't play Assassin's Creed 4, the one with the pirates? That's the best Assassin's Creed that they've made. That one's very, very good. Your interview with Keith Thurman was Angel Garcia level, where he was twisting your head talking about how Manny Pacquiao didn't do anything to Jeff Horn. Yeah! See, that's another interview. Okay, that's good. So I got the Angel one. I got the Keith one popping off a little bit on me with Jeff Horn. I got Charlo giving me that classic headline about, hey, do you think I'm funny? That scene from the movie. Playing craps with Broner, playing craps with Rampage. It's funny, you know, So I was in Florida for that interview, and I was there for the bare knuckle fight for Paulie versus Artem. And I got in contact with Keith's team, and I asked if I can go see him, and because he was in the middle of camp preparing for Manny. So it was a training session at his strength and conditioning center, which is right by the beach, man. You go outside and you turn to the right, and the beach is right there. And it's beautiful. It's humid as hell, and he's doing his workout. And then we do the interview where we start talking about the Jeff Horn fight. And legit, I'm not gonna lie, for 2 seconds I thought, oh shit, this guy's really freaking pissed. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lower my energy, I'm gonna lower my voice because I don't want him popping off on me, because it looked like he was getting very, very aggravated in the interview. So I brought my energy like down way low, because I'm like, oh, like I don't want to get kicked out of here. I don't want to piss off Keith, because I didn't know. The Thurman interview that I did where he goes off about Jeff Horn beating Manny Pacquiao. So yeah, that's a little background information on that. Like I legit thought he was getting really pissed off, and then he calmed down a little bit when he noticed that I was like kind of lowering my voice a little bit, lowering my energy a little bit. But yeah, for a second there, I thought like, oh shit, like Keith's getting really, really pissed off over this. Can you remember Keith saying you don't want to pick on Pacquiao as he's an old man? When did he say that? Was that in an interview? I don't really remember. C-Towns 1, you got to watch Bleed for This. Dude, I saw Bleed for This. That's a great movie, man. Great movie. I loved it. And like I've said, I've hung out with Vinny Paz in real life. That guy is crazy. He's a fun time, guys. If you ever see Vinny Paz at any of these boxing events, I usually see him at the Hall of Fames, the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fames, and the WBC conventions. He's always there. He always gets invited. If you see him at the bar, hang out with Vinny, have a drink with Vinny, get drunk with Vinny, because Vinny will get drunk with you. And it's hilarious. Start asking him about stories. He has a ton of stories, and you will have the time of your life. The last time I hung out with him was at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I hung out with the guy till like 2 a.m. He probably doesn't remember my name. Probably doesn't. Well, maybe he'll remember my face. But I had a great time, and he was just telling stories after stories after stories. He'll probably make you take a ton of shots with him. But Vinny Paz is a cool dude, man. He's a fun guy to hang out with. Marcos, your composure has been amazing over the years. Well, it's not like I could pop off on these guys. And then if I do, I don't want to be getting hit in the face. These guys don't kick my ass, But that's just always been me, man. I've always been able to hold my composure with in situations like that. So I guess that's a trait of mine that I've had for a very long time. Let's scroll up here and see if I can find a question. DJ 2020, why is Manic so disrespectful to Sergio Mora? I don't know. I always thought it was like a little game that they play. They do a podcast together. They work together. They're just messing around, I think. I don't think they're very serious about that stuff. 2. Konaski versus Martin rematch. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I think I spoke to Adam on yesterday. So he wants the Helenius rematch. If not, he just wants to get back in there because he wants to get back in the rankings. I had asked if he had been promised a fight with Andy Ruiz or Deontay Wilder. Didn't really give me an answer, which makes me think that probably might have been promised a fight. That's just me speculating. Don't quote me on that. It's just me speculation. Okay, so, but he wants a rematch with the Helenius. I'm going to drop some of that interview tomorrow, so make sure to keep it at it. Sangre Azul, 1984. Marcos, some him. Kevin Kelly is a class act. Met him in Las Vegas. Opinions on him. Dude, I love talking to Kevin Kelly, man. Kevin Kelly's a cool guy. He always is very colorful with his analysis. And when he breaks down a fight, you guys, make sure to listen to him because it's odd. He's very accurately correct when it comes to his fight breakdowns. He broke down the Gennady Golovkin fight, the first one, very, very accurately. And there's been a lot of fights. Joshua Ruiz, he actually picked Ruiz to beat Joshua, I believe. So he's very accurate in his breakdowns. I love talking to the guy. Absolutely love talking to him because I just get along with him very, very well. He's a funny guy. He cracks me up. A lot of good energy. But his boxing IQ is very high up there, man. So whenever there's a video with Kevin Kelly that he's breaking down a fight, make sure to listen to it because his breakdowns are spot on, man. I'm telling you. KSI would spark me. What? Huh? KSI would spark me? Okay. Logan would spark me too. Okay, bro. All right. Cool story. All right, Alexander 93. Who is Ruiz going to fight next? Can you please introduce him to lettuce? Yo, dog, us Mexicans don't eat lettuce, bro. We're powered by rice, frijoles, and tacos, dude. So, yeah, no, he's a heavyweight, dog. No lettuce for him, bro. But who is he fighting next, man? Let's see. Well, it's a lot of back and forth between him and Dillian Whyte, you know. That could be a fight that potentially happens. That's a fight that I would like to see him against Dillian Whyte. I think at this point, if you're Andy Ruiz's team and his handlers, you need a fight to get him back in good shape and a fight where he could potentially get a spectacular KO because had a bad performance in that last fight with Andy Joshua. A lot of fans are very disappointed. Very just they feel sad that Andy fought the way he did. And, you know, they have like a sour taste in their mouth given that performance that he had against Anthony Joshua because there's a lot of hope put in there with Andy Ruiz with that fight. And you know what? A lot of people bet a lot of money on Andy Ruiz. A lot of people lost a lot of money betting on Andy Ruiz because of that fight. So I think they got to set him up with a guy that he's going to look spectacular with. And he's going to get like a highlight KO so it could push him into these bigger fights that fan energy and fan support are behind him again. So I like the Dillian Whyte fight, even though Dillian Whyte is getting a lot better, man, a lot better than he was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you could tell he was still very, what's the right word to say it? Still very crude. He's a little bit more, not a little bit, he's a lot more refined now. He's a lot better now. He's improved big time since 2 years ago. So I think Ruiz and Dillian Whyte would be good. Ruiz and Derek Chisora would be good. Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola, which I hear is probably the fight that they're going to go with for Andy Ruiz's return. That's a good fight. That's a fight in which Andy Ruiz could look spectacular, get a spectacular KO. I would rather see him fight Dillian Whyte, though. Higher in the rankings, bigger name value. There's more substance there in a win, given that Dillian Whyte's had a lot of wins against quality opponents. And I think that'd do a lot more for either or if they're able to win that fight. Ruiz versus Ortiz is a must. Christian NWO. Yeah, man, I would love to see Andy Ruiz fight Luis Ortiz. Ruiz Ortiz. Why is that getting tongue twisted? And then I just saw a comment about Victor Ortiz. Man. But no, I would like to go ahead and see that fight. Sangre Azul 1984. Marcos, what's your most tense or dramatic interview? That's a good question, man. Off the top of my head, the one that I was most stressed out about, that I felt that was getting very hostile, was the Angel Garcia interview. The one that everybody always brings up. What's up, Prima? Good to see you. Oh, hey, Amber. Hi. But yeah, the Angel Garcia interview was tense because I didn't know what was going to happen, dude. You know, and at that, you know, Angel's chilled out big time. He's not as crazy as he was before, you know. At that point, we'd seen how Angel was with the build-up to his Danny's Amir Khan fight, Danny's fight with Kendall Holt. You know, he's very, very hostile. So when that interview was happening, yeah, I thought, shit. Well, this is either going to end two ways. One, he's going to try to choke me or hit me or push me, or he's going to go off on me and just completely walk away from the interview. So I kind of was like, all right, well, just be ready for it. If he goes after, if he swings at you, just be ready for it. Like, expect it. Don't let it catch you off guard. But I was, when he started yelling at me, I was stressed out. Like, oh shit, like this guy. Oh man, is he gonna hit me? Is he gonna try to choke me? Like, what is he gonna do? So yeah, I was a little stressed out with that. How did you resolve the tension with Angel? Angel left. He left. He left. I didn't even get to finish the interview. He left. He walked away. They pulled him away from the interview. So yeah, that's how it de-escalated it. So that's how that interview ended. What's up with Fight Hub Espanol? Man, I still want to do Fight Hub Espanol. Thing is, Fight Hub in English, it takes so much work and so much of my time that Fight Hub Espanol is just more time. And I want to do it. There's a niche there, a fan base there that I think I could give content to, but it just would take a lot more of my time, and I just don't have the time. But I want to do it. But it's just, I'd be literally working every single day, every hour, just doing double content, because then I'd have to build up the channel. And to build up a channel, it takes a lot of work, man, a lot of work and a lot of time to build up a channel. So that's why. All right, no, it wasn't. But I was getting ready to take the punch or get choked out if that was going to happen. Cristiano or Christian NWO, I would love it if James Toney interviewed fighters. I just like it if fighters just interviewed fighters, man. Jesse, you want to handle my light stuff? What are you talking about, my light stuff? Like the work that I've done? I don't know what you're talking about there. Let me know. So we're going on an hour here, guys. So for you guys watching, you guys here, finish as soon as I'm done with this. I'm giving away 2 shirts. So make sure to leave a comment. Have your social media handle on the comment section. Okay? Follow us on @FightUpTV and follow me at Hey It's Marcos V. I'm randomly going to pick one of you guys. Got a Fight Hub shirt. Fight Hub shirt. And another one. Randomly going to send you guys a shirt. Fight Hub shirt. All right? So we got that going. We do these live chats every Monday. I'm sorry. My workout took longer than usual. I wanted to do this at 7:30. Ended up doing it at 8:45 when I should have done it at 7. So I apologize about that. Gerardo, I don't know who Manny's fighting next. It could be Mikey. It could be Danny. It could be Errol. It could be Mayweather again. No one really knows. No one really knows. But let's go ahead and I'm going to end this, guys, because I got to prep for my interview tomorrow with Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports. We'll have that interview with you guys. We did an interview with Jojo Diaz. Those clips are up on the channel, so go onto the channel and look for those clips. Talks about him not really wanting to rematch Tevin because he feels he beat him pretty convincingly. He got sparring footage of Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao doing a spinning back fist. We're going to have interviews up with Adam Konaski tomorrow, with Joel Diaz breaking down a bunch of fights with us and telling us some pretty funny stories about his brother accepting fights drunk, which will be good as well. So keep on the channel. Go ahead and if you haven't so already, subscribe to the channel. Really need your support right now, guys. Please share the channel, get others to subscribe to it. I want to hit 1 million really, really bad. So please, let's all get in this together and get to that 1 million mark so we can get there. And also, take care of yourself, guys. Be safe. Be healthy. Thank you so much, Sonia. I appreciate that. DJ 2020, I am going to keep doing these even after the quarantine's done. Kenna Beforeman, thank you. Peace out, brother. Yeet, thank you, bro. Appreciate it, dog. BC Aviation, what up? Thank you so much. Jesse Ortiz, thank you as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and end this, guys. We'll be back next Monday. Remember, giving away 2 T-shirts, dogs. Giving away 2 T-shirt players. 2 T-shirts. Giving it away. All you got to do, comment on this video. Leave your social media handle on the comment section. Follow us at Fight Up TV on Twitter and Instagram. At Hey, it's Marcos V on Twitter and Instagram. I'm going to pick 2 random people to send out shirts. All right, guys. Peace out. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are well. Stay inside when you can. If you do go out, social distance. Don't go to places that have a lot of people. Don't go to the beach, guys. Please. You guys don't need the beach right now. The beach will always be there. It's all about people not getting sick right now. It's all about not over inundating our healthcare systems. Be kind to each other. Look out for each other. Look out to your parents. Look out for your grandparents. Look out for your friends as well. Give them a ring. If you ever feel lonely and down, give your close-knit circle a ring. And here's the most important thing, guys. Stay positive and stay productive during this time. All right, guys, that's my piece. Take it easy, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.